Turn off the snapping. There we go. Okay. If I'd done it before, it wouldn't look so derpy now. Regardless, we're gonna clip that building. No, that doesn't work. Okay. Alright, so now we don't have any traffic lights anymore. Well, interesting, some people are making U-turns here? It's an odd choice. Oh, they're trying to go from this route to that route. Ah, that's possible. But now traffic should flow a lot faster. This backlog will be eliminated completely. It will go away absolutely, completely, relatively soon. Sucks to lose some more housing, and we're down to 180,000 people. Despite the fact that we've actually grown our housing considerably. We might have gotten some housing downgrades. But other than that, we're doing much better. So these things here, and I know, again, this is a derp configuration, especially since I had snapped the grid, but I'm convinced that in the future, I will be using a lot of this manual one-ways like this, instead of making use of these things, because then I can control when I want traffic lights to show up. And by not having a traffic light here, traffic flows so much faster. Look at this, the backlog is almost completely eliminated, and give us another minute, and it'll be gone completely. Voila! Yeah, so the roads, because we added this to an existing configuration and because the way the snapping was turned on, the roads are completely miserable. But they work perfectly. See, all these lessons we've learned from these few Let's Plays. The next city is going to be sick. I really want to hit 200,000 though, and we're making backwardsness instead of forwardsness. Which is unpleasant. Let's go ahead and drop the residential taxes. Wow, the thing is, the residential people are ecstatic, aren't they? They're pretty happy. No one's as happy as they used to be, though. Alright, let's get rid of some of this stuff. Oh, how's my employment stats? Still 2%. I mean, the population is dropping. So that will... I don't understand how the population is dropping. Because there's no abandoned houses. Part of me is like, we should turn on the Large Hadron Collider again. Just mass educate everyone once more. I'm thinking maybe some houses are de-evolving because of education. Because the higher level houses, I think, do fit more people in. And I think that's maybe what's going on. So, but the problem is one of the easiest ways to level up these houses is to educate more people. Oh, no, you're completely maxed out. And you're practically maxed out. And what do you want? More education. Yeah. And you want more education. Ah! I don't like the education mix in my city. All right. I don't think this forestry area is going to work out. And what I'm going to do is get rid of this. We are producing enough goods. I don't need the low-tech industry like I did before. Okay. Congratulations. You're all going to be offices now. Ta-da! And the offices will just work beautifully. Not that we have very many educated people at this end of town. But there we go. All these houses are like nicely full though. And some of them are upgrading. Like this one, upgrade is underway. Alright, we're not losing people at the same speed anymore. So I think, yeah, these houses are all leveling up. I think these are all going to start to fill up pretty soon and be very cool and sexy. And we might increase the density of some of this stuff too. No traffic problems over here anymore. See that? Eliminating traffic lights. That is the key. Oh, we're up to 800 dead people, which is slightly unhappy making. I think we're going to make sure we've got another crematorium at this end of town. Tell you what, we'll replace some of this wood industry that's not working. And I'm going to replace this block of it too with offices. I really was hoping we could get this going, but we just don't have the right mix of stupid people. Actually, we just don't have enough people in general. Might be part of it too. The offices kicked in right away. Oh, these are houses. Where's the offices? Down here. Oh, maybe they didn't kick in right away. Maybe I'm lying to you. Oh, and again with the population drop. This is so frustrating. And this here too, refusing to level up. Guys, I'm being annoyed. Let's go ahead and try not to bulldoze anything over here. I guess we can just come off this way, that'll be fine. How come it's not? Oh, right, I've got snapping turned off. We're going to build some more high-density areas over here. Oh, bit of a hill. Yeah, wow. Don't like building there. Hopefully this doesn't create an excess of traffic over at this end of things. I think it'll be alright. Zone some more housing over here and hope people are happy about it. Do we need more garbage collection? Maybe a little. I'll put some over here. That should be fine. Hey, we really don't get much pollution from those things anymore. I forget about that because of the, I don't know, presumably the Eden Project again. More hospital service over here. More death care. Big fire station. Right here. Police. Police isn't as bad, but we'll go ahead and put in a big police station as well. Sure, let's put in a little school. Again, I'm hoping for uneducated people, but schools make people a lot happier. Yeah, and I'm feeling like there's kind of a lose-lose. Pulling down schools is one of the easiest ways to get a lot of housing upgrades and encourage people to move in. But I want a certain amount of uneducated populace. You're going to expand soon enough. No massive move-outs. And the zones I put down seem to be growing. What does the chat say? Maybe need more lower density so people can move in, but people are moving into the high density zones as well. Like, all these are high density zones, and people have moved in completely. And we are getting some upgrades. And then here. Educate more citizens. But I don't want to educate more citizens! God! Land value is extremely high over here. And they should rise up over here as people move in and upgrade their buildings. Very high land values. In fact, like, most everywhere where we have anything is a hotspot of land values. We just can't make our industry work. Which makes me a very sad duck. You know, a bit lower over here, but hardly worth mentioning. And yeah, right here, big dead zone. Just can't get it to work. Maybe I should build it up in little chunklets. Right? What if I de-zone everything here and encourage just a little strip to start moving in and hopefully level up? So you're operating normally, and you might become satisfied soon. We'll see. So now that, like, these abandoned buildings should go away because they don't exist anymore. Like, there's no zone over here, so they should all leave. I'm wondering if that'll keep the land value high enough over here. Could also, I don't know, plant some trees. Where there's no buildings yet. I actually don't know if the trees really increase land value. Doesn't necessarily say. So yeah, I'm hoping that the green gets pushed in over here. We'll see how it goes. But even here, like this place here in the green is having problems leveling up to be a nice, proper building. Here we're okay. Madman Loose District. You're complaining about not enough services. Is it just transportation? Not garbage, health, fire, or police, so presumably it is transportation over here. Do you not have buses? Whoa! Right, we have none of that over here. I forgot about that. And subways. Let's get this going. Wee, zigzag, all the things. Subway loops? What's a subway loop? I don't like the fact that this one doesn't have any power, though. There we are. Let's get a metro route. So first, the local one. So it's going to loop just back and forth. I mean, most subway lines I've been on are not actually loops. They just go back and forth. Oh, what? No, what? Something fucked up. Create new line here. There we go. Now it stopped there. And there. And then somewhere over here. And back here. And there. Get that all connected up. That should help Madman loose. We have enough workers for all this stuff, which is good. Now, this is mostly low density, I think. Oh, right, and I de-zoned a bunch of their commercial as well. So what I can do is maybe start putting in some high-density residential in here again. So I think people will move in. Population was growing for a second, and then was like, nope, none of that. Getting some upgrades over here, though. That's good. And some more housing over there. How are you on services? Oh yeah, I've checked. You've got everything you need. You're in great shape. You don't have a school, though. So again, we'll do that. It'll make people happy. It will increase our population. There we go. We'll give you a high school as well. Because I'm like that. So I don't know if we'll ever get any uneducated people again. But I'm hoping we just increase our population at this point. I would really like to fill in this entire district as well, but we're going to have to wait until what we have plopped down fills in. But they are coming. They're unhappy because under construction. But they'll fill up. I think I have legalized it. Haven't I? Yeah. One of the first things I did. Recreational use turned on. I can put on the free public transit, which uses more of that and frees up more traffic. But right now, people seem to be really using it pretty heavily, and we are making 40 grand on that, so we would lose quite a bit of money if we did this. High-tech housing thrown in the city would be so expensive. We do small business enthusiasts throughout the city. Suppose that might not be a terrible idea. The other one certainly made a lot of money. Maybe this one will as well. Yeah, it looks like our income is going up because of it. And presumably we'll make commercial areas happier. We actually have some more demand for commercial. So, I mean, not a huge amount, but, you know, maybe enough that people want more jobs. I'll keep putting down some low-density commercial just because it is a lot less noisy and less likely to make people miserable. So, how we looking way down here? Still shitty? Still pretty shitty. Although, like this, everyone's moving in over here. Okay, population is on the rise now, which is very nice. I think we have to keep, like, I'm trying to play differently, and I think it's a mistake. I think we'll just accept the fact that we need to make sure we've got schools. And that's all there is to it. It makes such a massive difference for the rate at which people move in, and land values, and satisfaction. We're just going to have to accept the fact that we import most of our goods, and that this forestry area is never, ever, ever going to work out. We can leave it in there for now. I don't know. You know what? I'll dezone it just to get rid of all the abandoned buildings. I'm a little sad, though. So we'll leave it empty. We'll fill it in with some offices later on. I mean, the offices look a lot better. I'll give him that. Are these all commercials? Yep. Let's make sure to bulldoze them. Still complaining about a lack of workers. Build more housing areas. I'm going to leave the ones that are there where they are. Oops, it's a little bit too much. Ah, it's okay. We can put in some trees. But the new ones, I'm going to keep going with high density. Which is going to start populating immediately for some reason. Make sure they've got water. Like, doesn't show much residential demand, but I demand residential. Plus, we have really low residential taxes. Like, super low. Houses are leveling up. People are moving in. Bulldoze these things. And yeah, still complaining about a lack of workers. We just need way more bodies. Traffic here is good. Housing here is good. Lots of buses going on. These new areas probably need to be covered by some bus routes as well. You can come here and connect to that. And just finish off by connecting over here. There we go. Busing, people moving in, population going up. How's our health? Ooh, we're up to 1,000 dead people and 325 sick. Now, 325 sick ain't bad, but there looks to be a health problem, a health crisis over here. So what I'm going to do... Oh yeah, and there's actually not really good coverage. I'm going to drop a hospital. I'll lose some stuff. Drop a hospital right here. And I suspect we need more crematoriums as well. We've got a couple over here. We might not reach over here, though. Let's go there. Another one over here, and oh my god, I've broken a power connection. Wait. No, I haven't. Oh shit, I bet you there's a fire over here again. There is. My one power plant. Luckily, I still have my fire station right here. The one power plant that powers my entire city is on fire. So we have no power, basically, other than what our incinerators are producing. But that's why the fire trucks are here. Yay! Power's back on. Oh, man. Am I ever happy I left that there? Because, yeah, the power is off, so now we've got no water until it goes back into the city. But now the power's back on everywhere, so the water should kick in any second. There we go. And the sewage as well. That's the second time we've had a fire here. The first time, we were not prepared. We did not have a fire station right here, so we had to wait for trucks to come from, like, everywhere else in the city to over here. Meanwhile, I think we were still receiving goods at the cargo harbor, so there was a big traffic jam bottleneck here. So the fire trucks had to wait before they could arrive. And then finally they did. Luckily, it didn't burn down, because if it had, that might have been GG. Well, no. Actually, if it had burned down, we'd have just rebuilt it somewhere else instantly. So it would have been fine. God, these commercial areas are still crap. Tell you what. Let's go and zone some freaking residential zones over here. What the hell? If you build it, they will come. Well, eventually. Probably. Not going to lower taxes anymore. They're already pretty damn low. Maybe it's fire safety week at the power plant. That's right. Yeep. Put out fire, power station instantly recommissioned even before fire trucks have left. That's right. Put a district on the power plant and put fire prevention stuff on it. That's a good idea. It's an excellent idea. Oh, who said that? One power plant. Now, this is a special power plant, though, and we can't build more than one. This fusion power plant generates 16,000 megawatts. If you'll see, our entire city uses like 2,000 megawatts. So we're producing 8 times more power than we need from this one place alone. No fires allowed. So basically that means we're going to put the smoke detector policy on here. Significantly reduced risk of fire. Smoking ban, to me, might help decrease fire. So we'll go ahead and put that there. No types of fires at all. No drug use in this zone. No pets, because obviously they set things on fire. No, I don't know. Alright, people are moving in. They'll get there. Overall growth in the city is increasing. We're hoping to push up the unemployment. Look at this, we got 3% unemployment, finally! Higher education levels. 10% uneducated, that's fantastic! What a weird thing we're trying to do over here. Still hoping to hit 200,000, but keep hitting these weird stalls. We fixed the good problem. And you know what? I think I've been too distracted by this whole education thing. I probably should have just left the education on, gone full offices everywhere, and just, you know, gone. But I really wanted to get a little forestry and conventional industry going on again. Also, what's with this traffic? Everyone's trying to make a left to leave town. Why not use this way? Because we don't actually have our passes, our ramps. So let's do that. At least just for leaving town, if nothing else. Since that seems to be the bottleneck. Well, because it's actually not leaving town overall. This is to get to more parts of my town. Whereas there's probably not as much demand. You see here, there's not a lot of people turning in from literally, you know, the outer world into this little district. But these guys want to leave town. So if we do this, we'll split the load a little bit. There's still plenty of demand for commercial because they rebuild right away. The problem is they don't have enough people to stay running. Alright, there we go. So this will start breaking up the traffic between the two lanes, which is good. Also, we could trim down one of these intersections here. Well, the backup is here. It doesn't really matter, necessarily. It's not great, but what the hell. Most people might still mostly be going left, although given enough time, people will probably start going right. If this was a two-way, it would help as well, but then you would have a traffic light over here, which is not what I want. The traffic's actually not that bad, though. I think we're going to be okay. I keep hearing ding-ding-ding-ding as upgrades. Whoa, 500 per week. All right, now we've got people flowing in. You know why? Because screw low-tech industry. No one wanted that in the city anyway. Actually, people mostly just want houses right now, it looks like. Let's not zone any work whatsoever. Let's just... More of that. Build more houses. Bring in more population. Use policy, no left turn. A lot of people have asked for more precise control over how intersections work, which would be nice. I understand how that would be a very, very difficult thing to do. You know, that's not a minor tweak. Like, some of the things, like, you know, hey, I would like a Marquet version of the bulldozer. Or I would like an area brush for trees. Right? Those things, I think those are entirely manageable in a relatively, you know, I mean, nothing is trivial. You don't just hit a button and you have it. But, you know, it's like, all right, we already have some of these tools, so maybe we can apply them to something else. But a system where you can override the behavior of intersections might be a fair bit more work, depending on exactly how it's implemented. But let me tell you something. That would be a patch that I would be very happy with. Setting lane-by-lane policies, okay, that might start to be real crazy. And a lot of people don't need that. It's just, you know, the more hardcore, the sort of grognard, if I can use that word and vaguely pronounce it. It's usually applied to, like, people who play, like, military games. Alright, that flow is good. Very good. I don't even know if it made much of a difference doing that, but let's pretend that it did. People are flowing into the city. We have millions of dollars. Another zombie plague could still finish off our city, but in the meantime, we're doing fine. So if you missed it, at some point, we had a little bit of polluted water, which was causing some real stress on our health system. And at some point, it just started to fall behind. So too many people were dying, and dead people, I think, helped spread disease. And there were too many dead people, so I couldn't bring them to the crematoriums fast enough. So the number of dead people kept rising, and the number of sick people kept rising, and you're just sort of stuck in this loop. Some people, apparently, other people, it's very common. A lot of people have hit this problem because there's a bit of a snowball effect on health, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But apparently what one person did to resolve it is they jacked up all their taxes to the max so that everyone just left the city, so there was no one left to be infected. So it, like, infected. There's not a real disease. There's not a real plague. It's not a mechanic. It's sort of emergent behavior that happens. But it sort of allowed him to reset his population a little bit faster, which is a very interesting concept. Still complaining about a general lack of workers. So here's hoping we can just keep pulling more people into the city. And they are moving in. It's weird. I think I haven't been building as much housing because it doesn't look like there's the demand for it. But obviously it's wrong. Like, obviously I'm reading wrong. There's probably a sliver of demand in there that is actually, in the end, quite significant. Extend you out as much as possible. Go one block. Do the same thing where we're not quite connecting to the roads. Just to try to keep the traffic off the main thing. I guess we're going to have to blow that up, aren't we? Let's pause because we probably just killed power to something important. Maybe not. Power may be flowing using alternate means at this point. Let's go ahead and make an intersection there. Actually, we're going to go to here and then connect to that one. Hopefully that's not causing any trouble. Right. These little spits of power are not helping. We're going to find a better way of doing it that doesn't kill all of our zoning. None of this should be needed for anything. We have a contiguous block of housing here. So this should all work. Let's keep going a little bit further. That, and then one more. Bring it down here, plug in that way. Plug in like that. Okay. High density residential. Power seems to still be flowing. Na 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 na. Good.